Hey loves, welcome to or welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to crochet this super cute top. 1 second, let me show you how it looks. Here she is in all of her glory, super cute. So if you guys want to make this top, which like why wouldn't you? It's perfect for like summer, then keep watching. We are not going to waste any time and I am going to dive right in with the materials that you need to make this cute project. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the materials that you need. I am just using 2 bowls of this yarn. There is 100 grams in every bowl, and it is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, 125 meters, and this is weight for Aran weight yarn. And I'm going to be making approximately a size extra small, so if you're making a bigger size you will need more yarn, and if you're making a smaller size you'll probably need less. I'm also using these 2 wooden beads for the tassels that we're going to add at the end. These are optional though, so you don't need them. You're going to need scissors to cut any loose ends. You're going to need a yarn needle to weave in the loose ends, and I'm going to be using a 5mm crochet hook. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is make a slip knot. So I just need to find the end of my yarn. Where is it? Okay, here is the end of my yarn. So I'm just going to show you guys how I make a slip knot. I make it in a way that I don't really see a lot of people doing it, so if it's slightly confusing, I'm sorry. I'm going to show you guys twice slowly, but if you're not completely clear, then there are lots of videos here on YouTube that are more in depth on making the slip knot. So I'm just going to show you what I do slowly. Okay, so then I have my adjustable slip knot, and I'm going to show you again. So now you are going to chain a chain that is going to be the length of your top. So if you wanted your tube top to be super cropped, then you would make this, chain shorter, and if you want it to be longer, then you would make the chain longer. When I finish the chain, I'm going to show you guys like held up to my body how long it is, so you guys can kind of just get an idea of what I did, but again, this is super customizable for you. So we're just going to chain. So you're going to, let me make sure this is focused. You're going to yarn over and pull through. I'm going to show that a few more times for you guys to see. Going to yarn over and pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, and pull through the loop. And again, you're just going to make this chain as long as you want your top to be. So for the length of the top, just to be completely clear. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys the chain that I have so far. So the top is gonna sit like approximately here. I feel like is where a tube top would start, like close to right under the armpit, and it goes, I don't think it's in frame, but yeah, it goes all the way here. So this is how long I have my chain. Again, if you wanted it shorter, you can make your chain shorter. If you want the top like longer, then make your chain longer. One thing I'm going to say is that when you start crocheting into the chain, I tend to find that it shrinks a little bit in length. So if this is the length that I want it to be, and I know that it's going to shrink a little bit, I would suggest adding like a couple extra 3 or 4 loud motorcycle, an extra 3 or 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and that should kind of deal with the shrinkage. So let's go back to the overhead view. So for this entire top, we are going to be using the half double crochet stitch. I think it's a pretty easy stitch. So we're not going to half double crochet into the first chain from our hook. We're going to do it into the second one. So to half double crochet, what you're going to do is yarn over once, and then we're going to go into that second chain from the hook. Then we are going to yarn over, pull through once, and then we are going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So I'm going to show you guys that again. So you're going to yarn over once. We just went into this chain, so now we're going to go into the next chain right here. You're going to put your hook in there. You're going to yarn over, pull through 1, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 3. So yarn over once, go into the next chain. This one is a bit tight. I made it too tight. One moment. Okay, so now we're going to yarn over, pull through 1, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. And we're going to yarn over again. We're going to insert our hook into the next chain, yarn over, okay, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through 3, and I'm just going to show you 2 more times. So we're going to yarn over, insert the hook into the chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3, yarn over once, insert the hook into the next chain, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3, and you're just going to do that all the way down the row. Okay, so when you've made it to the end of the row, your crochet should look like this. So to start every new row, we are going to chain 2. Then you're going to turn your work, and we're going to be working ribbing for this top because I think it looks really nice and it's more stretchy. So we're going to be doing half double crochets, except instead of going underneath the V like this, we are going to go underneath this back loop. So we've got the V and we're going to go through the back loop, and then you're just going to half double crochet as normal. So normally we would go under here like that, but no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go in the back loop like so, and I'm going to show you one more time. No, we don't go underneath the V completely, we just go under the back loop, and we are going to do that all the way down the row. Okay, so I just finished the second row, and I just want to clarify that you are not going to place a half double crochet into the chain 2 that you begin the row with. You will place the last half double crochet of each row into another half double crochet stitch. So I know in some other patterns you would like crochet into the chain that you do, but you're not going to do that for this pattern. And you're just going to continue creating rows like this in the exact same manner until the piece is wide enough to fit around your body. So remember that this is the length of the piece. We already looked over that, so now we need to make the width so it should be able to wrap around you. It shouldn't be too loose or else it will not stay up as well and it won't look as good, and it also shouldn't be tight. So you're going to need to hold the piece up to your body and kind of decide how many rows that you need for yourself. But when I finish making enough rows for me, I'm going to hold it up to myself so you guys can kind of get an idea of how yours should be fitting. Cool. Okay, so I finished doing a bunch of half double crochet rows, and so this is what it looks like now. I'm just going to show you. This is how the piece fits. You want to make sure that it's snug, right? But it also shouldn't be too tight, or else you won't be able to put the piece on and off. But hold it up to your body for sure, because the ribbing that we've done makes the piece kind of stretchy. So once you have enough rows that the piece goes around your body the way that you want it to, we are going to now attach these two ends to each other, and then we are going to be almost done. So I'm just going to show you how to attach these two ends. So here is one end of the project where my hook is attached, and then here is the other end. So I'm just going to align these two ends with each other, and essentially what we're going to be doing is slip stitching this edge together. So that's pretty simple, but I'm just going to show you guys. So you're going to insert your hook under both of these. So before, when we were doing the ribbing, we were going in the back of the V, but we're going to go under both loops, and then you're going to essentially just find the corresponding stitch on the back. And as you can see for this side, okay, there's like corresponding little V's. So my hook is already in here, so I'm going to go to the corresponding V. Oops. Okay, and then you're just going to slip stitch those ends together, and then I'm going to go into the next stitch, so there, and then I'm going to look at the back and I'm going to be like, okay, let me find the corresponding little space, put your hook through, and slip stitch, oops, pull that through, insert your hook here, find the corresponding V, slip stitch that through. And so this attaches our two sides together, as you can see. So I'm going to, what you need to do is slip stitch all the way down so that these two ends are connected, and then when you get to the end and you do the final slip stitch, you're going to chain one, cut your yarn, and then weave in that end into your work. And honestly, just weave in any ends that you have. So there, I have this one other end. Maybe if you used multiple colors, you have more ends, but yeah, just slip stitch all the way down. When you get to the end, chain one, cut your yarn, weave in that end, weave in any other ends that you have, and then we will move on to the next step. I will show you when I have finished this step. Okay, so I finished my single crochet, my slip stitch seam down here, and I weaved in all my ends. So I'm just going to flip this so that the seam is on the inside and this is the right way out. So now what we're going to do is we are going to make a chain, and we need this chain to weave through this piece. So we need to make a chain that is more than the circumference of our piece. So we are going to make a slip knot as usual, like how we started this piece with a chain, and then you're going to chain a chain that is the circumference of this piece and a little more, because to this chain we are going to optionally attach beads. You don't have to, otherwise you're just going to have a little tie in the front of your top, and this is just going to ensure that the tube top stays up, because something I find with crochet tube tops is oftentimes if they're not like open back with a tie, then they tend to fall off. So this is my way of making sure that that doesn't happen. So I'm just going to show you guys how I start making the chain, just in case you forgot, and then I am going to show you guys how long my chain is in like relation to my top, so you guys can kind of get an idea of how long your chain should be. Okay, so here I've got my 5mm hook, my yarn, so I'm going to start by making a slip knot. Then I'm going to put that knot on my hook and tighten. And then to chain, remember we just yarn over, pull through, 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 yarn over, pull through. So I'm going to check back in with you guys when my chain is long enough. Okay, so it's a bit hard to see, but I put my chain behind here and I like wrapped it around my piece, and you can see that the chain is long enough to be like oh my soul. The chain is more than the circumference of my piece, because I just hold it like this and you see we've got this extra chain here, and this is going to allow us to tie the top, and it's going to be super cute. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain one more and then cut this chain, detach it from the yarn ball. 6. So now we've just got our long chain. If you notice, there is some excess yarn at this end, so what I'm going to do is probably cut this like just right there, so not exactly at the end, because then it's going to be prone to unravel, but I'm just going to pull on this end tightly, and then I'm going to cut like right there, so just a tiny bit above where the chain ends. And we're going to do that same thing for both ends, just like pull it tight, go a tiny bit above where the chain actually ends, and then you're going to cut that excess yarn. Okay, so this is what the ends of your chains should look like. So now you are going to weave it through your top. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of that. There's no exact rule to this, like you can weave it more loosely or more tightly, you're gonna see what I mean. But yeah, have fun with it. Okay, so I'm just going to, you can use your hook to help you. I'm just gonna come like, I don't know, that looks like 2 stitches down from the top, and I'm going to pull my chain through like this, and then I'm going to do the same thing but with the other side. I think I'm going to weave it in every 2 rows, so this is 1 row, this would be 2, 1, 2 stitches from the top, 1, 2, and then I'm going to insert my hook and pull that through. Oops, there we go. And then, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that again. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to see, okay, 1, 2 stitches down, 2 rows across. I'm going to take this end and pull it back through the other way, just like so. And then I'm going to come back to the other side, the other end rather, and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to go 1, 2 stitches down, 2 rows across, stick my hook through, and I'm, oh my gosh. Let's try that again. Stick my hook through and pull that chain through, just like so. And I'm going to continue this process until the 2 ends of the chain are like really, until we've woven, until the 2 ends of the chain like are really close to meeting each other, until they get to the same point. So you're gonna continue this all the way around the top. And what I meant when I said you could weave it in more loosely or more tightly is you could like weave it in every row, weave it in and out every row, or you could like even go like, I don't know, 4 rows, but I'm doing like approximately every 2 rows. So we're gonna keep doing this all the way around, and then the 2 ends should like kind of poke out close to each other in the front. So when my 2 ends are like, you know, approximately poking out from each other like this far apart, on the other side of the top, I'm going to show you, but just to be very clear, you're just going to keep weaving in and out these ends. You're going to like weave this end, and you're going to come back and weave this end, vice versa, until you get to the front. Okie dokes. So I have woven this chain through, so now our two ends are close to each other. So now I'm going to show you how to attach the beads. So I'm just going to take an end and we're going to get it through our bead. It's just harder than I thought, dang. I'm gonna try and use this like yarn needle to push the end, there we go, to push the end through. And okay, I was just testing whether we could leave it like there without securing it. No, we can't. So I'm gonna just quickly do that again. So I'm gonna push the end through the beads. You're gonna need a bead with like a big enough opening for your chain to go through. And then to make sure that the bead doesn't just fall off, I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to make a knot like this, just like so. Perfect. And I'm just gonna pull that tight and then do the same thing with the other end. So this is how it looks with our bead attached. Nice, right? And then I'm going to, I really hope the camera's focused, dang. I'm gonna push this end through, just literally repeating the same thing. Push it through, come on now, go through. Great. So I'm gonna try and make it the same distance, but knowing me, it's not gonna, like the beads are not gonna be like sitting at the same place. One's probably gonna be lower, but I'm gonna try and get them like approximately in the same place. That would be nice. Just gonna pull that tight. You wanna use a lot of strength so that it doesn't come out. I'm just gonna tighten this bad boy. Like so. Okay, one is a bit longer. You know what? It's fine. It's handmade. Nothing is going to be perfect. Your top is officially finished, so I'm going to, obviously, I want to try it on. I'm excited. Here's the top. I think it's really cute and it's going to be perfect for summer. And I love that this little tie thing, like, it allows you to tighten the top so that it doesn't fall down off your chest, because like I said, that tends to be a problem with honestly tube tops in general. So you just tie it in a little bow, and then the little beads, I think they're just an extra a bit of cuteness. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, then please like and please subscribe, and I'd love to know any thoughts that you might have in the comments below. Feel free to let me know what kind of videos you'd like to see from me in the future, if you'd like to see more tutorials or more vlogs. I think I'm definitely gonna keep making tutorials because you guys seem to like those. I hope you enjoyed this cute little tube top tutorial, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!